Well, how do there, chums? It's cup of tea time with Captain Steve, and I'm playing Monster Hunter Rise for the first time on my PlayStation 5, and I must say, I'm liking all the graphical options and choices that we can be having inside of this. Heck yes, I am. So brilliant, eh? So, yeah, let's get into this, and let's hit on up a new game. Well, as you can see, I've gone into the character customization. I've tried to make someone look a little like me. I mean, I've gone for the same sort of Mobius beard design, I guess. But yeah, I haven't really managed to find the hairstyle, so I just went with this. But he ends up looking like some sort of David Beckham type lookalike, which I don't. And I can get to craft my own dog. Yeah, so I've gone for my logo colours, the black, white and red. I guess looks pretty darn frickin' nice, doesn't it? I named the dog Titan because I used to have a pet dog called Titan in real life. And I also named my little cat creature, I don't know what it is, Palico, Akira. Because, yeah, I used to have another dog called Akira. So, yeah, I had two dogs at one stage. But they're gone, sands of time, people. Anyhow, it's brilliant, eh? So we're all set to go. Made my character, made my dog, and made my little Palico thing. I think the dog thing is called a Palamute. Now, there was a cutscene here. I've sped it up. It was very cringe. Very cringe. Two ladies just sneak into your room. I don't know what they would have done if I didn't catch them, basically. Yeah. And then we head on over to the actual main dude of the actual town. But first we get a little sort of medley, a little bit of ambiance setting. So here we go.
Elder Fugan, we did like you asked.
Oh, Minoto. Thank you. I just got an important letter. It looks like we've got a rampage on our hands.
A rampage, you say? Oh, I love that arcade game. Yes, brilliant, eh? I'm glad that we're going to be hitting that up inside of this. We're not, but that's the first thing that sprouted into my mind. Was it the first thing that sprouted into yours? If it is, good that like, because we've definitely got stuff in common. Awesome. Anyway, back to the cutscene.
A huge pack of monsters in a giant stampede. They attack the village in a frenzied rage. Nobody knows why this happens, but it came close to wiping out our village last time.
I think it's time. We paid a visit to the stronghold.
Okay, you know what? Just go and do what you need to do, and then, yeah, I'm going to speed this bit up. Yeah, I hope Boss Man likes it.
Now that's what I like to hear.
1 hour later.
He wasn't laughing for an hour, no. I was running around like a freaking blue-ass freaking fly, doing all these sort of fetch quests, but it helps with learning of the old controls and things, doesn't it, and who does what in the town, but I skipped all of that because I'm fairly sure you don't need to know all that. But I left this bit in, because when you talk to this little guy standing on this red box, hello there little cat dude, you go through a list of things, and there's things that you can claim, including an armor set that's a very cool for early game play, so don't miss your opportunity to grab this. So I imagine because on PlayStation 5 we've been given a load of additional packs, like end game content, we got given this armor set. So it's pretty darn freaking nice to have it. So anyway, go into him. You're going to have to talk to him a couple of times before he lets you go into the menu, but once you can get into the menu and once you're out of this tutorial sort of thing, yeah, okay, I'm good. Cool, go to add-on content at the bottom here. It's going to think about it for about a while, and then it gives you all this sort of stuff here. Now I do need to hit up all these different sort of event quests, but just keep pressing your R1 button, go all the way over here, and you've got downloadable Palico Yasu, Palico Mimi, you've got all sorts of other Palicos here, and all sorts of Palamutes as well. But keep going, because there's all sorts of other stuff here too, including that armor set that I'm on about, and there's these Legacy, you can see them just above, the Novice Talisman and Legacy Talisman. Make sure you get the Legacy Talisman. It's far better than the Novice one, obviously. It's a Legacy one. Yeah, so get all those, and you can equip them in a moment over by the big chest, the big red chest. I'll show you the red chest. I'll show you how to equip them. Haha, yes, tips inside of a first impressions video, inside of a cup of tea with Captain Steve video. Oh, I'm treating you. Anyway, here's the red freaking chest thing. It tells you about the freaking putting on different equipments and talismans. Anyway, I need a sip of this. Oh, that's a good cuppa. That's a good brew. Yes, Yorkshire tea. Stuff of frickin' giants, heck yes. They're rough up there, don't you know? Yes, up there in Yorkshire. Frickin' rough. I've got a rough cup of tea here, mate. Yeah. Yum, yum. Oh, that's nice. I say they're rough up there, but, you know, Londoners are pretty darn frickin' savvy too. Heck yes, they are.
Your cup of tea here, do you fancy it? Yeah, no?
Anyway, here we go. I'm going to go with a bowman. Bowman, I guess, I like the distance sort of fighting. But also, with the bow, you can actually get up close and personal by doing leap attacks and hitting them, and it actually breaks stuff off. It's quite difficult to pull off. Once you master it, though, it's pretty darn cool. But I like the charge shots you can do with this, because it pierces through a load of sort of enemies at once. Anyway, I've stuck on that armour set, and don't I look sublime? I guess, look like a proper true Londoner from the frickin' medieval ages. Brilliant, Captain Steve. Now, how's his Captain Steve type look? Brilliant, eh? Lovely jubbly. Yeah, don't look so much like David Beckham anymore. Cool. Now I can go and hit up our first mission. I did run around. I've explored all the town. Like I said, I cut all that sort of stuff out. But you can do your own exploring. You're kind of hand-holded, so you're not going to get a different experience. Didn't leave it into my first impressions video, which this is actually. It's first impressions with Captain Steve having a cup of tea. Anyway, so far, the graphics, I'm really surprised because this was first launched on Switch. They have had a massive overhaul and brought up. Not as good as Monster Hunter World, I must say, though. Monster Hunter World, I think, is slightly more graphically impressive, even though it's an older game. But it's nearly on par. Nearly on par. It's subpar, but it's... You get the idea. Anyway, we're hitting up our first mission, and we're going to be heading off. It looks like we can just accept it and just go boom and go straight over there. Fantastamondo. You know what? I'll shut up for a bit because I'd imagine we're going to get ourselves a nice little cutscene so you can take in some of the ambience, turn the sound up on it and all that stuff. So here we go.
These halls of worship, once so bustling, now home to monsters, stalking and rustling. Hunters beware, not weights but despair.
Right, rhyming frickin' geniuses there. You see my little frickin' Harry Potter owl that I just threw into the air? I called him Holy Fudge. Yes, I did. Anyhow, it looks like we're going to go and speak to this guy for a while before we get to kill anything. There's also a part where you have to ride a palamute around. You've got to collect some bugs and you've got to do other stuff and use your grappling hook to climb on a rock and all sorts of other tutorial bits, which I'm going to skip. Yeah, I'm going to skip all those out, but that's what happened. And we're going to go to our first little mini encounter with an enemy. Yes, we are. But first, we're going over to this little chest here to pick up all of our pre-quest stuff that you get for free. So yeah, be sure to do that inside of the viewerverse if you're playing inside of Monster Hunter, because it can make the difference between passing the quest and failing it in some rare cases, because some of these basic items in here can sometimes also be trap items, which can sort of give you an indication whether you need to subdue a creature or whether you need to carve it up and turn it into armour and weapons. I guess, here we go. Let's go into the supply chest. And we're looking inside the supply chest to see what we've got here. If it is just the basic heal potions, which it is, yeah, we're not going to be doing any trapping. We're not going to be doing anything like that. But if you see those other things that are highlighted that you can take away, and it happens to be a trap kit, you're more than likely going to have to do a trap event. So there we go, people. A little bit of a heads up. Anyhow, we're talking to this chap, and he's sending me on a little bit of a kill mission against some beasties, against some little frickin' dinos that look like mini raptors. Not exactly the most hardened looking of dinosaur. Now, I can remember a lot of the bow techniques from Monster Hunter World. I can't remember how to do the lunge attack, but hopefully I'll get there in the end. But anyway, I'm going to let you watch this little mini encounter and battle and hear all the sound effects and that sort of shenanigans. And be quiet, people in the viewerverse. Yes, get off that parliament, go grab this, and then the battle commences.
Hey, hero. Excellent!
Fix my wrath!
That's my ace! Hanging in there?
Nothing personal. Sorry, pal. Don't mind me.
Right, so that's my first quest, undertaken and completed with style and panache. It's exactly difficult. But yes, that's not going to be the case for long. Trust me, people in the viewerverse. If there's anything to go by any other Monster Hunter game, they are usually a bit of a challenge, especially until you get the right armor crafted, and the right weapons for the job, which is another thing. There's so much crafting and so much sort of tactics that are based into Monster Hunter that makes Monster Hunter one of my favourite sort of franchises of game. And also the monsters AI is freaking phenomenal, so hopefully I'll be bringing you a couple of episodes of some of the harder creatures inside of Monster Hunter Rise, and maybe giving you my tips and tricks or things that I found out. I mean, probably not going to be on par with the masters of this. Heck no, they're not. Anyway, I'm going to be using fast travel to get back to base. Lovely job. Heck yes, we do like the fast travel. Do like the lovely little cutscenes in between. What I would say, though, is these cutscenes seem to be at 30 FPS, and the rest of the game seems to be at 60 FPS. So it's a little bit jarring, some of these cutscenes. As beautiful as they are, they could have done with being uplifted to the 60 frames per second. Capcom! Yeah, anyways, so first impressions, I'm liking this. I don't think it's as graphically as nice as Monster Hunter World, but I do like the little grapple systems. I do like the fact that you've got a ride-on mount to get you places that little bit quicker. There's a lot of things I'm liking about this. I'm liking that they've kept all the same sort of weapon techniques and the way that you control the game exactly the same as Monster Hunter World, so there's that sort of continuation. I'm liking it a lot. And I've got good hopes for the next Monster Hunter game, put it that way. I mean, this looks really cool, doesn't it? I mean, look at the graphics. It looks nice there. I guess it does. Anyway, people, first impressions, I'm really enjoying this, and I want to get stuck into it and bring you a few more videos. But until next time, people, this has been Cup of Tea with Captain Steve. Hope you enjoyed this episode. How is my tea? It's still warm. It's still doing quite nice. I've still got a little bit left. Going to get on to drinking this. But yeah, slightly different from my usual format because this is PlayStation 5 actual gameplay, sort of reveal, sort of all that sort of shenanigans. To do it the other way, I would have put it over to my PC, which would have been a frickin' pain in the backside rather than a joy. So there you go, people. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And until next time, salute to frickin' Mondo, and hopefully we'll be going up against something a bit bigger. Goodbye, goodbye. And goodbye again, people. Take care. Bye-bye. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe. And I'd like to say a massive, great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers. And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.